Alrighty, so if you've been following me for any time frame, we've been having some issues with this escape window. One thing I will tell you is bolt this thing down, because for some reason the catches, these little red things here, there's like a little metal copper catch that over time will fail. Because if I had caught this when we first bought the RV, we probably wouldn't be having this issue. But what happened was there's a little bit of sunlight up here, and over time that wind would catch this window as we went down the highway, and then over time it just stretched out the catches. I never replaced them, and over time it just broke, and of course the window would come open and eventually just cracked. So I do have the new window on the outside, but in order to get this installed, it looks like you have to unbolt all these bolts around the window. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys what we do next. Beckley did a great job, you know, packaging this up. So unfortunately, I'm gonna throw some shade at Camping Road. I called 2 camping roads to get this window ordered and shipped. One from Washington and one on the way here. I can't remember where it was at, and neither one of them could help me out. The first place, I can't remember what they said. They didn't say anything I wanted to hear, and I felt like they didn't have the competence to help me. And then I called one that's in Washington State, and I called them, what, 14 times I think? No response back. So I wound up getting this from Frederick, Maryland, or really from Thurmont, Maryland, from Beckley's Camping Center. Special shout out. Unfortunately, it cost like $500 to get it here. So unfortunately, it was kind of silly for me to do that, but I really want to get our window fixed, and here it is. The only fear I have is, let me get it out of the box and I'll show it to you real quickly. On 1 second. So this is amazing. I was thinking I was gonna have to re-drill the holes for the latches here, but they already come pre-installed, as you can see. Now here's a negative. So this is something that's going to save you a ton of money. I ordered additional latches for this window out there in the truck. I guess Beckley's didn't know that this all came this way, so I am going to ask them for a restocking fee or something like that, because they should have known that. But I'm glad we got the new window. I'm glad that it came the way it did, because I was really afraid I was going to have to line up these latches on the side here, and I was like, I don't think I'll be able to do that perfectly. So it all comes as one piece. So basically this is the inside of the RV, and then this side here is on the outside basically. So I'll show you guys when we get inside what it looks like. Alrighty, so real quickly, so you can see that this frame is starting to come undone up here. Looks like this window's just gonna kind of either slide out this way, but I have it all taped on the outside, so it's not gonna slide in right now. So I'm gonna keep on unbolting this framing here, and then we'll see what happens from there. Moment of truth. There it is. Perfect. Let's get this screw here. All right, so that's all you have to do. Looks like it just kind of pulls out. Actually, ooh. Yeah, so this is slide, literally all it does is just slide right out. That's actually pretty cool. This is really easy to do. So but look at the aluminum construction here. These walls are not thick at all. So if you're running nails through them, make sure, you know, they're not much longer than these. I'll give you some measurements, but yeah, that's about all of it right there. In case you need to order this window, this is a 30 by 40, and this, take note of some of the information on here. This is a Keystone product too, so I don't know what's important, but just take a good snapshot of this, and hopefully this will help you if you need to replace yours. All right, so I have my hot wife out there. She's holding the window in. So what you're gonna have to do is, I guess you just have to work fast, but this window will fall out if you don't bolt it in. So the screws that were holding this frame in are actually holding the window too. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down so I can start bolting this in so my wife doesn't have to hold the window anymore. But everything is going pretty well, so this is super easy to do. Alrighty, I'm gonna do one at the top now. I'm gonna do two at the top, and then you shouldn't have to hold it anymore. Good. Good stuff. And just so you know, I'm just putting these in random spots so my wife doesn't have to hold the window the entire time. So this is really, really, really easy to do. And yeah, it pretty much comes pre-assembled for you. So now we have a brand new window. And this is all you really need. I use the square heads too, because that's typically what RVs use. At least that's what my RV uses. And just like that, the new window is in, and this was probably the easiest install ever. There was no weather stripping that you had to put in there. I strongly recommend, do not open these latches unless you have an emergency. I used to open it up to test it, whatever, but over time it just made this window weak. And like I said earlier in the video, some wind got up in here, there was a little bit of sunlight, and over time it just really pulled away at these catches on each side. And when you open this window, I just feel like it just messes with it. So don't open it unless you have an emergency, and at the very least, if you have an emergency, just go out the window. I mean, this window's pretty big. I couldn't tell you how much I paid for this just because I paid a lot of money for this. I think I paid like 200 bucks for this window, but I probably paid $300 or so just for shipping. And as I mentioned, you do not have to buy this extra. Like, so all this stuff comes included with the window. My RV dealer didn't even know that. So if you do order a window, for the most part, if it's an escape window, it already has the latches, the catches, all that stuff, because this stuff is really expensive. I want to say I paid like $60 for just one of each, because I guess they didn't know I had two on each side. But nevertheless, it came with the window, so I'm gonna see if I can send that stuff back to them and get some money back or something like that. But thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Enjoy your RV. See you soon.